It was the darkest days of Europe. There was no tolerance. Everything was preparing for the war, you could see it.
In 1936, Alfred Feran was preparing with his Czechoslovakian teammates for what should have been the highlight of his life, the Olympic Games of Berlin. It was then that he came to the painful realization that it would be better for his teammates if he did not participate.
I was first very uneasy about the German politics, since we were the only Jewish members of the team, that we might maybe antagonize the rest of the team. And it would be better to resign and go our way and let the games go. I went through a hard life. I had to leave Europe in 1939 when the Germans occupied the town 2 days later. I joined an illegal ship on the Danube River. There were 698 people, all kinds of political refugees from all over Europe.
Fred was on one of the first exodus boats to escape Nazi Europe for Palestine. He, a brother Erwin, and their fellow refugees were trapped on boats and in refugee camps for more than 12 weeks before being rescued by Jewish settlers off the coast of Haifa. Fred kept an account of what happened to them. His daughter Maureen has had his diary preserved.
I have something very special I want to show you, Dad. Does it look familiar?
Yes, very much so.
This is the diary that you kept. I think this might be the beginning.
March the 12th, that's correct. This is the first time when we left Europe. 12th of March 1939, it starts, "Dear Mother."
With the success of D-Day, Fred, who by now had joined in the war effort, was on the road that would finally take him home. With the war in Europe at an end, Fred was reunited with his brother Erwin, the brother from the Exodus boat, and his mother, only to find out that of 8 children, just 4 had survived the war. The rest of his family had died in concentration camps.
The Star of David, which was worn by my mother, the Jews had to wear on their clothes during the war. When I came home the first time in 1946, my mother put on her old dress, and she didn't realize that she still had the star sewn on her dress. And I asked her, "Mother, what is this?" She made a move and she tore the star. She gave it to me and she says, "Do not forget where it's come." And I've been having it ever since.
You know, a person who experiences adversity and who sees really the very dark side of life can easily be broken by it. Fred is a man who wasn't broken by it, but who transcended that pain and that sense of alienation, and who, with enormous humor and with great warmth, has embraced people.
My dad, when I was a child, worked very hard at 2 jobs. He worked much too hard to even watch television when I was a child. I remember that the only time that he ever watched television was during the Olympics.
And I think this Olympic spirit somehow reflects itself in his whole life. He's very modest, he's very trying to accomplish the best he can in a very inconspicuous way.
Well, a person who's a torchbearer, of course, is a person who carries the fire, the sacred fire. In Fred's case, it's a reverence for life, and it's a special joy of living. And I can't think of a better example, not only an athlete of the past and one who is heart and soul with the Olympics and with the values of the Olympics, but also a person who's lived a life sharing and kindling light in other people. Certainly not wanting ever to darken anyone's life, but to the contrary, to brighten it with his presence.
I think it is a big honor, and I think he's very excited about it. I hope he will be able to walk a bit, that it will be a good experience for the rest of his life. Something he was waiting for, at least to have a little touch of glory from the Olympics.